I've been so pleased to work with y'all this quarter. Now, based on what you guys have been learning this quarter, I want to do a verbal quiz, and I want to know what you guys think would be some good tips for incoming students who's trying to go through English 101 to help them be successful. You guys ready?
Yeah.
The first thing I want to ask you guys about, the 5 things that you should not say to a professor. Which one of you guys would like to tell me about that?
I can say something about that.
Okay.
So, you know, like how people ask professors, like, did I miss anything in class or something?
Sure.
I think people shouldn't do that, like, because, like, obviously the answer is going to be yes. Because, like, if you're not in class, obviously they were doing something and they're going to miss something out. And there's a couple of more things, like, I just took an easy A. I just took this class for an easy A. That sounds smart to say because you're making you're making a joke of the professor.
Correct.
And the course too. And like the other one I would say was I was busy studying for other class, so I didn't do the work for this class. Like all your classes are important, and it's like an insult to the professor to hear that in his class, because you're basically saying you're not important to me, you're just somebody else.
That's absolutely correct. Everything he shared was right. 5 points. Moving on to the second one. I would like to know what you guys think some tips for strengthening your writing could be. Anybody would like to expound on that?
I would.
Okay.
Well, I think that there are a lot of ways to strengthen your essay that I learned through taking this class.
Okay.
I learned a lot about the parts of speech and how to use them well together to form grammatically correct sentences. And you must understand the connection of noun-pronoun agreement, verb and subject-verb agreement, and everything like that. And I definitely feel as if I understand grammar and know how to proofread my essay better than I did before. Also, I learned how to change the format of my essay from what I was comfortable with in high school of the 5-paragraph essay format. Now I understand how to reshape my thesis and expand on my thoughts in a new way for a stronger way of writing. I also use something like the meal plan, which for M was like the main idea and the topic sentence, E for evidence, A for analysis, and L for linking all my ideas together, and that created a better form of writing for college level classes.
Wow, you guys are on fire this morning. Okay, 5 points for you. Okay, the third thing I would like to ask you about, critical thinking. How important do you guys think critical thinking can be in English 101? Anybody would like to expound on that? Okay, you would like to expound on that. Go ahead, it's your turn.
So critical thinking is understand and reading the article in case of the pub quiz and use and in the synthesis essay you have to connect your thoughts and applying the readings of everyday life into your essays.
Right, that's totally correct. If you don't know how to critical think, you can't complete your assignments the way you're supposed to because you can't think right. Class. One thing I want to ask you guys about now is MLA. How do you guys use MLA and how will it be helpful in your research process?
I think I can answer that. So for the research paper, it's essential that you list your sources and write them down because of plagiarism reasons. And so if, like, while doing a research paper, you'll have to get sources, and it's important that you find good sources. And good sources could include stuff such as databases and even things found on this college's website. And then some bad sources are stuff that articles that you just find from Google, and also sources like Wikipedia because they're not reliable and anybody can just go in and change the information whenever they want to. And when you finish finding all your sources, when you want to do citations, it's important that you don't use just any online citation builder, just because they don't always put the citation in the way that the English teacher would want it. And I think that the best place that you can find out how to write MLA citations is in the handbook that any English 101 teacher can give you. This handbook, tells you the different types of citations you can do for books, for websites, for articles, and things like that. And then after you're all done finding all your citations, make sure that include a works cited page. It's very critical so that your instructor can know exactly where you found your information from. And for English 101 purposes, for the most part, you always use MLA citation. You never use any of the other complicated ones, such as APA and whatnot. So.
Yes, 5 points to you. Now I want to know about the e-portfolio. How that can be good and successful for you guys. Who want to expound?
Me.
Okay, go take a crack at it.
The portfolio it includes a welcome letter which you should state what you have learned, your strong and your weak points from the class, as well as how are you going to improve it in the future. This should be done when all your essays are graded, because at the time you will know what thing you are good and what thing you are bad at. Other things to have are the essay that you have done and their revisions. After the revisions, you can look at the feedback on the drive of the work file and compare with the comment on Canvas that Professor Tara give to fit your original essays into better ones. Therefore, it's better to work on your revision right after your essay is graded, because when you start a new essay, you will forget the old ideas.
That's correct. 5 points to you. Okay, today's quiz, we've covered a few things. We've covered ways to strengthen your essay, critical thinking, your portfolio, 5 things to help to not say to your professor, and we've also covered the MLA. Now, those are great tips for incoming students to be successful in English 101. Take heed.
Bye-bye.